I'm supposed to say no. Okay. Yes? Christ. I forgot the fucking numbers.
After that, people are heading over to Hartford Gold Time in the AHL, including a small sample of and individual dynamics to try to tell you things that are happening. The 2020 games of the New York Rangers in 2020-2021, he had 4 points. It's not great. He went back to Tractor for another season, getting 13 points in 19 games over there, before going back to the regular in 22-23. He had 6 points in 20 games for the Rangers, and then Doug said there was to Vancouver. How do you get the trade sales back in the day, it just wraps up, so really cannot do that 7 brackets. Even popular like a Stanley Cup champion now, that is right. And he had 26 games played last year at 23-24 compared not in the playoffs, so he has been a part of the Stanley Cup, even in the organization, but just not part of the Stanley Cup, a part of the team. Anyways, going back over to the Kelly Capsule. He moved away from Vancouver after 23, he only had 3 points in 16 games, really wasn't looking all too good. Went back to Tractor and finally started getting back up there at point production. 34 points in 55 games in 24, 58 points in 66 games in 24, 5 with 7 points in 19 playoffs. Filippo was the most productive AHL guy this year. He had 49 goals in 52 games. He broke the record for the most goals in one AHL season, I'm pretty sure, with his 49. And this guy wasn't really the most productive NHL player. Let's just say that. He's always played. I mean, he was a good Vancouver beyond. But he was not nearly as dominant as he was here in the NHL. You can say the same thing about most of these other Sheldon Redpaul going PCHL legend, Trevor Murphy, the confidence history, NHL. We don't understand that the NHL is not as good as National Hockey League. But numbers very transferable depth to depth. Like they've seen the Challenge versus Center, for example. I think that's the biggest and best comparable that we can look at as a best case scenario type of thing. Mostly because this Kuzmenko was so bold when they were to the NHL that he divides up pretty big pieces of big stuff that's just the kind of grass off and say, oh, that's that guy. And potentially is as good. But still, at the same time, you have to recognize that there's a decent overall in his final season in the NHL. Grass off was fun. Kuzmenko was 26 years old, and Vancouver had a 7-12 game campaign, which Kravtsov is going to hopefully try to replicate. Very, very good. Yeah, the next thing's response to this transaction over here is kind of funny. Because all these people are saying again, really like they thought of again. That's not how you think about it. What the hell? That's a very, very interesting reply here. Of course. So I'm just better than forgotten on some things, but the talent is a very specific thing. Let's see. You can see that their evaluation last on the $7,000 in value in NHL money, in $8 percentages in one of the top players, which makes sense considering his play production, but it does seem like he did have very good explosion of skill and projectability. I mean, that great says Kravtsov was an MVP tier player in the competition for hockey the global team. So that we'll see if that's going to give us anything in terms of a bit of skeptical. But if you guys end up translating that NHL production and let's just say, okay, try to stand the top line of the Rangers, get the second line going, move Kane down to the third line, Oakland to the fourth, and then you have Kravtsov as your top 6 player. Like, if you assume any form of his NHL point production is able to translate, if he is an Andre Kuzmenko, which I very highly doubt, then maybe it works. I have no idea. The reason I'm hesitant to put Krause on the bottom six is because we've seen them, these Russian dudes that score points at the AHL level. They almost never succeed when you toss them into the bottom of the lineup. You need to give them 30 top 6 minutes, and then you actually start providing value. So for Vancouver, I have no idea if they really play the game something like that with Kevin Krause on. Maybe on the win decision type of thing. But for now, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about Vitaly Kravtsov heading back over to the Vancouver Canucks and how you feel about this transaction. It's totally nothing nothing further. Vancouver Canucks baseball, I'm trying to stop you picking up here. But you like this, which I think is the biggest, stop sign of this entire thing. We can't just totally write it off. Was productive. And I just really wonder where that's going to take them into the NHL next season and beyond. Or if there's a facility to that's also not true. I thought I was keeping up with something on that side of that. This could have been first. Well, the guy who coached Lover inside my apartment just finished his job and just from this. Big shout out to him. So clearing out all the leaves on the driveway, entering the parking space of my strata over here. But now he's done. All the back door, fences out the door, and no longer bothering my microphone and our eardrums. So we can go out there and respond to this article. Heavy.com has been coming up with some of the most ridiculous trade proposals on the market. And this one is no different. So I'm sure it kind of boggles my mind that this is even being written about because the guy who wrote it, David Kernan, has done some work in the past on the hockey news, and I'm pretty sure other prospects as well. So I don't know how Katie ended up writing for Heavy.com, but hey, I guess it fits the theme here. Because this piece published 2 days ago, it's written linked in the description. The writer talks about how the Canadians are having a new second-line center in this unique trade deal. Now, of course, you can already see from the image right here on the screen. You saw it from the title and you saw it from the thumbnail. We're looking at a ridiculous Montreal Canadiens trade price for Anaheim center Mason McTavish. This picture is so clear. You can even see the opponent if the guy's bicep. That's cool. But let's go over the draft rights in regards to that.
Here we go.
The Montreal Canadiens second-line center. Nick Suzuki has secured the first-line center position and led the team to figure out points. The Dragoon has proposed a deal that would see the Canadiens to a second-line center for Anaheim with the young forward Mason McTavish. Here's the deal, folks. The Canadiens acquire Mason McTavish, and the Anaheim Ducks acquire Josh Anderson and Mike Matheson. That is it. A 1-for-2 type of deal where Anderson and Matheson head over to Anaheim? Would the Anaheim Ducks be anywhere near okay with this? Is that possible? Oh my goodness, man. That does not seem like an equal value trade in the slightest, in my opinion. Mason McTavish is done. Mason McTavish is a top 6 center caliber guy. Mason McTavish has the potential to be all this and more in the long-term future. He had 52 points in 76 games in most recent season, but not in 26 This guy is a lot of potential, and a lot of folks are pegging him as a very solid 60, 70 point guy. It's a very hard to play against intangibles and skills. It's a medium-sized, long-term center option. Mike Matheson, I get it. He's got value because what he has provided with the power play in 23-24, but his production cut in half when he was removed from that top unit. And now, a lot of folks are pegging Matheson as a third-down line for next season. I mean, think about it. Watson, Green, Matheson, these are all left-handed D. You're probably going to have to move somebody around if you want to give them equal playing time. Mike Matheson is like odd man out. It's not a, oh, we're adding some significant value because we're sacrificing a guy that we really need type of asset here. Mike Matheson's like, okay, if you want it, just give us Nixon and Data. And then you have Josh Anderson, who's going to have into this all too. I agree with you. I do think that Josh Anderson plays a style of game that Anaheim would value. And it's 31, 15, 2.7 right now. They only play with a lot of speed. I do think that Anaheim would see tremendous value on Anderson in the middle of the bottom six. But he scored 27 points this most recent season, 15 goals, 61 games played. Plus, he's on a big contract of $5.5 million for the end of 26-27. I just don't know if this is the kind of guy who moves the needle enough. So that Anaheim Ducks team is like, yeah, that's perfect. Let's take him. Like Matheson and play in the NHL. So the value of the McTavish in the same way as Matheson plus Anderson. I mean, you're going to have to have something. So you're going to have a lot of stuff in order to make this go through. But, I mean, all the thing is this. This blockbuster trade could work well for both teams. The Ducks supply of control is to the team's deck, and they also add a veteran defender who could bring in a serious presence near that side. The Red Wings would love to add a player like Anthony Picciarelli, a strong two-way center. However, having McTavish could be a more effective and achievable long-term solution. Why does the article swung out like this? Why would the in the middle of the paragraph, there's still extra it's really about social, I guess. Veterans trade for left players is a new hardly seen in the modern NFL. Yeah, you know why it's hardly seen in the modern NFL? Because it's not equal. Like, there's so much more potential in Nathan McTavish. If this guy ends up filling out that potential, he becomes a 7-point player every single night. He's a top penalty killer. He's a second-unit power play. He gets most of his production 5v5. If McTavish ends up being down, he ends up being a selfish candidate. Even if this is his trade, they say, yeah, when did you space? You're saying second half of your career, Josh Anderson and Mike Matheson for the next 15 years of Mason McTavish. Like, yeah, there's no wonder these guys are straight together until the free of the NHL. That this trade for long enough for the causes to do because of the candies. You have to have lots of extra value to live without doing this. The Ducks are not going to win now at the moment, as much as their recent signings and trades like the slide activity. We still have some work to do. If the quality in exchange for a really young third overall pick from a few years ago, it's not going to hurt for the Anaheim Ducks. There's something to talk about, but the next question is so everybody wins, but still, it's going to be really. Yeah, so for you, the reaction that you have when you saw the title and thumbnail of this video was the same time I had when I saw the tweets and the articles sitting out there and talking about this narrative. Today we're talking about Edmonton Oilers forward, the Silver Popsicles. But the thing that the last series was the first step to I absolutely love this place. Am I doing verbalizing teacher in the same way that I'm teaching about today? That's the reason. But I absolutely love this place. It is a former Vancouver community. It's a defender role of Vancouver. And the interesting part about Vancouver is when you watch the Lego Wax 99 draft reaction to the Silly Pot Colson back in 2019, it is so obvious from my face that I was not happy with the drafting. Like, I was saying the entire video, I wanted Caulfield, let's get Matt Boldy, like, I was okay with any of those NTDP guys, but when the Canucks said Ron Coleman, I was shocked. The Canucks drafted this guy who was supposed to be a top three pick because earlier on in that draft season he was super productive in the Chargers, but then he didn't really sustain that level of production. But now that's why he dipped falling into being ranked in the 90s by the team. So he's back on the he was still ranked near the top of the draft by some of these outlets, so he has been short by elite prospects and future considerations. But as Todd Hogan's career continued on into the career as a Canucks prospect, we started to know that this guy just did not get much production at all. He was bouncing around from team to team to team. He was never really given a proper home. And by the time he did get the Vancouver Canucks full time, so a lot of things were saying, all right, finally, this guy's finally going to get full time hockey playing minutes in one team, and he's going to develop, and that's what he did. In his first season in the NHL, Todd Closey had 26 points in 79 games. 14 goals in the Chargers season there. That's really good, honestly. Like, for a guy who back in that time frame was 21, a lot of Canucks fans were like, yeah, this guy's going to be knees. He's going to be speedy. The proceeds, and he's going to get better. But inevitably, ended up not being the best fit, but he was consistent at 7 points in 39 games, and 22 they had 2 points in 19 games, and 23 different trades. But he spent the majority of the season in Abbotsford. He just wasn't a Rick Tocchet guy. Tocchet didn't really trust him. No, stylistically, everything about goals and everything about the quality that he has, the hard stage step, the hard sort to replay. It's true that Todd Closey is the kind of player that would sell your place under a Rick Tocchet system. But the problem with Todd's and the Tocchet style is that take that extra step or make that extra pass or something, he would always do the same thing. And it didn't really get stock in the system anyway. The Canucks ended up trading him to Edmonton for a 4-time pick, which was going to send back to Edmonton. The Canes and the by doing it for failure. But Montgomery had a really good season with the Oilers. He played somewhat with Leon Draisaitl, which is kind of ridiculous. He also had 10 points in 22 playoff games. And he scored the final goal for the Oilers in the Stanley Cup Finals in '86. Closey cemented himself as a very underrated pickup. And with his top-of-the status in the playoffs, we are now starting to see takes like this to center stage and be tossed out there on line. This is Surlock went out there and posted this tweet yesterday, and kind of went viral. I'm going to talk about it here. I know people have enthusiasm for Andre Hines, Frederick, Savoy, and Eisenhower. I like them all. I still think the Surlock like this has a path to having a breakout in it. But their timing is through here is the other. By Closey can improve some of his hot skills, is not out of the market. And that is just really concerned that goals Ivan down, 50 goals scorer,
Roll one. I mean, go to your one. Wow. Fucking hate this place. Just catch me.
This is a win, however, he'll never be a goal scorer. If he could pop in from the goals, he'd be a perfect player for Draisaitl. This was a great trade by Bowman. Like just trying to replace the winner who scores 35 to 30 points a year. Another thing we know is how hard he worked at the game. He's hungry and it pays off with Draisaitl. I too believe that 25-26 will be a hot goal in the first place. If we can go 2 months away, fellas, so let's go. Big fan of what comes of this game. Game 2 hours of games over in Vancouver. I couldn't believe the Canucks traded to Edmonton. Although it does seem like he needs a good number of games and one of those top guns as he passed the confidence issues. That is absolutely true. Confidence, confidence, confidence is the name of the game for the Southern Hot Girls. You get feeling good about his game, get a feeling like just take over the ball, then you can start to put on display the blistering gut that he has, the fancy hospitals and the passing that he has. This guy has some really
Fractured.
place for the man. When his head is doing the good, he just doesn't consider that all the time.
No.
I like my head. Continue the big reel of the scoring breakout. He scored 8 goals and 82 games last season and spent some time with one of the biggest elite passers in Draisaitl. There's nothing in his background to suggest that he ever scored 20 goals in the NHL. And just to put the cherry on top, let's go out there and compare Montgomery to Zach Hyman, because that's who this team commentary is comparing Montgomery to. Now, we are Zach Hyman. Now, here's the thing. Montgomery right now is 24 years old. So let's look at this 23-year-old here. 24 points in 82 games played. Zach Hyman had 37 points in 59 NHL games when he was over 80. Hyman had 6 points in 6 games while English games, 4 goals, 2 assists. When Hyman was 24, because he had the confidence of that first full season in the national team, he had 58 points against 10 goals, 2 games. On closing, is yet to play with 24-year-old NFL. So, I guess you could make the argument that someone got he was playing in the NCAA after his development of the Bears child, and that's why his first full NFL season was not when he was 24. Like, Cleveland was only put a bunch of NFL. He was 23 when he was 24. So, you could very well make that debate that if progression like Hyman's is possible. So this is a assessment here that my goals is good thinking about next out Hyman on next step. With the big you can still this guy in love, so the draft they got the thing that they need to do. So it's just not just like the little like the same my goals and the overall progression. I hope you can do it. It's the benefit.
Alright, follow these fucking freaks. Damn, this motherfucking damage though. Fuck, that's a lot of damage. Damn. Stop.
Jacob National Park, this station was the brainchild of industrialist William Randall. A man who tempted out here was but William's wife was tragic and weak. Shortly after marriage, the bridge the gap between life and death. The option was heaven. Whispered voices filled darkness with him. The woods never came. And then, and like that, no bill, no clothes. That's what the writing began. That working ways reported a well-dressed woman of the trade rounded the dust them. Size and solid. 8 years out of nowhere. Always fishing, always good. Cameras malfunctioning. Lights flickering. And got scared with self-spoken. Just two soldiers. We got no time. To this day, many Korean kids have up. He certainly goes to the power station. Still calling out for wood. And the top of the river. And the shadows of the night. That carefully is envisioning. He does not all spirit the rest of life. It was clear that William Lyon attended the city's burden lay at one-time revolution. Then his final day. The instinct started to use getting out, only to die in the very same home just 6 years later. It was behind his wife and 14 children, and many believed something like that. Possessing the house would be so sticky. But it was not sport. There's renovation and form the house of living. His fears the work. Time began to whisper in a long circle. Listen to listen. The police made them ever go. One terrified caretaker. The voice was flashed across the bridge. Finally, his full night. Others had flattened the air and suddenly rose ice cold. The voice was real. Those are the crew. And there's different scenes in the sky of the ball. Young face, size, yes, sets their father. But even the family said, God, for that house, was finally good. So I guess, where is it now? Friendship.
I need to take care of this bitch first, brother.
Look at their friends. Yes, the brothers. Then they live in the time. This place really takes the whole the family house had been like a facility for homes. So their lives within had been tormenting visitors for over 80 years, and there was no sign of stopping. Three. Your role was one life. This is the first one ever left. I was the first door of the good Toronto Island, far from the city's home. Then as I looked at the center, it was all the top right. The open flight, the leader, that was on its weathered wall, rise of the streets, its fingers were open and centuries. You must see the cross of it. No greater than the mercy, the light of the first people, who did the night to night. God is fit to faith, who was God's daughter to bring my prayers. The promise, bring the matter of joy. God is we that without a prayer. God makes sure that American citizens can enjoy living, working in silence to life, and pave the way for invasion. Others claim he's been raised by smugglers. His body was never found. But justice servants behind were overseen in his years. The years ago had drifted from the lifetime. There's opposite. Distribution to the village. Even though the struggle is
What?
For decades, visitors report footsteps echoing up the narrow stairs. Workers from the avenue with systems and blocks, bound to the very ancient brickbat of his line. So he was on the wall of blocks, the duck, and it could see a figure in the tower when no one's there. Just came through that. The burden upon us, but it's been considered skeleton upon us. His dirty parking space looks like there's never been a between space back then. There's been time. But as the sun gets low, the foot getting to rise with the wind. And it's as if the arms from are turned on. Beneath the grass and ground lies something far darker than earth. The wind is unsealed. This monster is a mass burial ground. The final record that still over 10,000 souls, which is critical, all the things. Instead, they can be done from forward and turn it into a bubble process. But on terrible distance unclear, the frost and thaw shifted the earth, and then the dust began to rise. The skeletons coming out of the ground. Some discovered by horrified children playing jazz. And it was woods. Locals report strange children running, laughing until they vanished instead. Like a kid. Others have spoken of sudden, searing pains, scratches, as if something unseen is left. They say some spirits there still never found me. But when you walk through the first flight, you'll be back around. Walk over among them. So if you visit, tread lightly. The dead beneath you should not be restless after all. Where the walls still leak, with a higher gates that live for 137 years. Most of them have been for the barrels and most absolute security business. Built in the third month, the house beneath the darkness, village, failure, and the violence of disturbance. The water prison figure rose in 2030. All this is everlasting. Now open for guidance through this fortress to the mass for citizens. This is an impossible reform that's history. That is, they come there. And they can have the unmistakable people in the silence. Those who died for me. One of the most devastating. That is around the this
Friend, that bitch is dead.
Sometimes volume the very spot where you select objectives from them. Others living on the faces twisted and weird, charging down the hall under the rack as it was. Little spots standing in cell rosters were the most favorite movements by rock and policy. Without that, this is no longer and no longer hold prison. But it's very much a lot. There's something that's connected. Sounds a little government. There's the block.
Oh, shit, Christ.
Well, down here. All of this office sign down. Just that's the light here on the grass. That's a little bit. That's the light down here. As long as it's still building, the high things are not better than while it may be a
Oh my god, that's you! Hmm? Yeah, this guy's going down next.
Inside, porcelain dolls are to be given a big time with tears on faces, so no moisture goes to the time. Yes, this dry plastic under the rug. This sun, and on their faces, and even tears, moved on their own. That not right from the 4 or 5 years ago. Just believe that we need to stay good on the Indian. Their places, their bond and friends. Visitors speaking and report that on monkey. And young. So they want to get on the
Now find all that in the fucking experience.
it's one.
Fuck.
Might sound like fun. Just like it understood. This renaissance structure once served as the audience's spirit. A fulfillment the wild shadows and conflict were good and sisters were the dead, the workers uncovered a fortified food, but buried beneath the parking lot. Rich seven, the second, the black. The original gallery still standing in silent on the top of the mountain at their next yet brave enough to stay the night on the pier blood-curdling street and get down the corridor. Some ways to find the shadowy night, but in a Bible at the foot of their bed. Silence is safe. Others, the book was good presence to death. And during the third period, to get lifted into still. And again, just as the business starts, they bring it on. They find out. They do. Just here. The walls are not. And again, it has doors. This time. This Matter Wall's house, with screens behind the bolts. Tucked away in the quiet northern town of Kewaunee, sitting wrapped in Parker Bay, stands the elegant yet unsettling Matter Wall's house, with its Queen Anne-style Victorian shop. It might seem like a picturesque historic building, but don't believe this time, I think the building once so disturbing it was pictured on preaching management. Built in 1889, the home lived in quiet life in middle class residence. Edna Walton, candidate over Ontario Heritage Trust in 1975. When inspectors entered, they were stunned to find the entire upper floor boarded up, no explanation, no access, just sealed silence. But silence wouldn't last long. Soon after, staff and visitors began hearing blood-curdling screams echoing from the upper floor. Rocking chairs swayed violently, without a soul in sight. Footsteps reached and hastily across the empty hallway, just freaking dead. Some even reported apparitions. They pushed immediately into the room. Their presence and chairs. The haunting became so persistent. Guides now included as part of the official tour from May through September. They walked through the haunted halls. Each day, because once you step inside the Matter Wall's house, you may find the path to the trip remembered. It's living itself, one street at a time. Now, Prince of Wales was that the one spirit of Mark's blood. In the party, just today, the Prince of Wales was that built in 1864 and once faced by Wales, which fell on heartbreak and heart. Walk before the elbows. This very spot was the site of a modest wooden home. The rocky demolished block during American invasion. This graphic is insane. An American film, mistaken and gathering pictures of sad hearts and by the time he realized his mistake, it was too late. All was just a door and Molly had never left. Yet, before the showers turned on by themselves, like rapid fire, and Lucy's driving from rooms left unoccupied, suddenly your footsteps echoing down the hall. It was like wooden syllables like the hotel's modern carpet. Then, in quiet to the still, in room your steps, waiting in for a second. This all stood down. The time was very good. Listening to the noise. It was clear that I was ghosted. Now I had to walk just outside the door. Four empty spirits of rebellion grew. Dancing calls over the heart. Full of the seashell. And restless spirit. The very center defended against American faith. It's now one of Ontario's most haunted historic sites, where shadows from the past still march through its kingdom. One of the fort's most tragic tales is that of Niels von Schultz, a Swedish-born rebel who fought in the Upper Canada Rebellion. Captured and executed by firing squad in 1838, his spirit is said to grow with the resistance, raged in the attitude, silent and facing. Visitors and staff have reported objects taken on their own, as the Niels himself is still fighting to convert. But it's not the only ghost within the God. The only gunners, and artillery, and a horrific hand in a cannon explosion that tore through his body's frozen into the dry mud. His agonized scream has been heard echoing through the voices. Some have been to see him in blood pictures, driving to this room, and his back and a break. And then, there's the most brilliant figure of all, his lance and their soldiers, lying. One will die long in his stomach's heart, but this is the spirit of the other side. It's the spirit of your death. There's something who's more than one. It's a human and Lord for promise of faith, rebellion, and unfinished story. It's physical. Warm the dead on rest quietly here. So, you have been there resisting on his birthday, whether it's a skeptic or one thing is certain, Ontario's past is not just history, it's still possible. So it's not good. Just others, don't forget the life, it's good, and let us know in the comments which haunted site would you recommend. The bottom has everybody else good point. Nothing like a dream is a total skeleton where the dreamer shares secrets of himself, nothing all around him, mostly in different forests. His specialty, skeleton. You'll come familiar with skeleton camping means spending the night somewhere that's not officially designated for camping. Usually to avoid the low bullseye. Honestly, I think most of us have tried something like that at least once. The only get caught, and that's definitely not the best. scenario, this time stealth in the coolest spot. Let's see how that goes. Welcome to the world center of the right now. And this is that's what we call this is called the terrific place where people can walk and hide and think in the elections. But when the people walking around, and at the same time, extra bad time, but I don't think that yeah. So I was trying to think, and that's not obvious. Just too obvious. That's also what it's talking. So just stick. The stuff you don't work can go all out. But too obvious, they don't expect you. He started making his way through the area, carefully searching for a good fitting spot to set up camp. I went there to pitch. Was there? See me? Is there? That's what I'm doing. What I was saying. I'm waiting for those people to leave because of the trust they really is from going to set up camp. It's low. They're taking pictures of the stars. There's no spots. Eventually, he found a hidden spot tucked away in the bushes. Nothing fancy, but just secluded enough that it wouldn't be easily noticed once the sun went down. Let me take this off first. Can't show you. Why can't you get this? Doctor was setting up his camp, yet everything breaks for the night. After that, there's a small fire to keep themselves secluded. Honestly, I cannot get the smartest move, considering the whole point of stealth catching is to not draw attention. It's about 9. It's not. I don't expect you to around here more. But I love somebody with everybody wants to go to work belong all people and do that happen. So they are before it's somewhere in church. Special shadow, no special enough. Does anybody? After a bit of time had passed, just when everything seemed to settle in, some lights appeared in the distance, and they didn't look like flashlights. As they got closer, it became clear. It was a car slowly moving through the area, like it was searching for something or someone. And then